Once again, good morning and welcome back everyone for our grammar session. As you know, my name is Pradeep Mekwa and we are going through grammar lesson, especially tenses. In our previous session, we had seen videos related to the present tenses. We had studied four tenses in present tense, I mean simple present, then present continuous, present perfect, and present perfect continuous. Now, all four tenses in the present we have completed. They are very much important. If you are still lacking somewhere in those lessons, or probably there is lack of understanding in some certain lesson, then I will advise you to go through once again, revise the exercise so that those pending work could be completed and we can move forward for the next topic, that is simple past tense. Now, simple past tense, it is also very important because most of the story, most of the event in the past we describe in the simple past tense. Whenever you read any novel, any topic, any newspaper, and they are related to the past event and they are generally described in simple past tense. So, especially for the writing skill section, if you have a thorough and good understanding about the simple past tense, then definitely you will be able to do well in your exam, especially in the written skill. So from the writing point of view, this tense becomes very important. So let us discuss first about its use. When do we use simple past tense? Now here it is used to describe an action which is completed and it has no impact in the present. It is used to describe an action which is completed and it has no impact in the present. And here, this particular phrase, you have to pay more attention here. It has no impact in the present. Now let us recall. Earlier, we had studied about present perfect tense. In present perfect tense, we had gone through things like this. It is used to describe an action which is completed recently, but it has its impact in the present. But here it has no impact in the present. My dear friends, this simple past tense is often gets confused with present perfect tense. Often we get confused whether the proper form of the verb will be in the present perfect or simple past tense, because in both situations remains the same, only the slightest difference you will notice there that it has no impact in the present. I had also given some illustrations, examples at that time. Once again, I am repeating it. Suppose some activity or some actions which you have performed right now. For example, you took your mobile and mobile is still in your hand. The action is still action has just completed. An impact can be seen in the hand, that mobile is in my hand. So at that time you can frame a sentence like this: I have taken mobile in my hand. You can say I have taken my mobile in my hand, because mobile is still in your hand. So in that case, you have to use present perfect. But certain things that happened yesterday, or the day before, or the previous day, or the week ago, month ago, and those particular events will not have any impact in the present. Right now, those activity actions which is completed, but they have no impact in the present. When no impact in the present, then definitely you have to use that particular sentence in simple past tense. For example, you had dinner yesterday, right? Dinner is over, then you slept. Today is a fresh morning. So whatever you ate yesterday, and it has no impact right now, you have to use that particular sentence in simple past tense. I ate my dinner at 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock. So you can say like this. So this is the way precisely you have to use simple past tense. Now, verb forms, let us discuss about the verb forms. There are just like simple present tense. In simple present tense, we had four various verb forms. Similarly, here too, you will come across four various verb forms. One is we use the second form of the verb. Second form of the verb is used, then use in the simple past tense. For example, she ate an apple yesterday. She ate an apple yesterday. Now here we will see that second form of the verb. Here eat, first form, ate, second form, eaten, third form. So always remember you have to use the second form of the verb. Another is in negative and question. Whenever we frame a sentence in negative and question, in negative and question, we use the verb formation did plus V1. Remember, friends, did plus V1, not V2 here, because did already represents the past tense. So no need to write here V2, because previously whatever we had studied, it often comes in our mind. So I remind you once again that you have to go with the formation did plus V1, not V2. For example, I can frame a sentence like this. She did not eat an apple yesterday. So did not eat an apple. Here we have written did, then did not negative and eat original verb. Here you will find did plus V1 combination. So always remember in simple sentences, I mean affirmative sentences, we use V2. Just like this one, she ate an apple yesterday. But in negative and question, we better go for did plus V1 formation in simple past tense. She did not eat an apple yesterday. So with that particular formation, you have to go in the exercises. Third is also there. Third is was and were used alone. Was and were used alone as a verb, then it indicates simple past tense. For example, I was present there. When was and were used alone, they indicate simple present tense. Here was is used alone, so it indicates simple present. Previously I said simple past tense. I was present there, so was alone indicates simple past tense. But when was is used, or was or where is used with combination of verb plus ing, then it does not indicate simple past tense, but it indicates present past continuous tense. For example, I was playing. If this formation is used, was plus verb plus ing, then it indicates that it is not simple past tense, but it is past continuous tense. So forget about this right now. What we have to remember is this: was and were used alone as a verb, then it indicates simple past tense. Now the fourth one is had used alone. Had used alone as a verb, then also it indicates a simple past tense. For example, I had my dinner. I had my dinner. Had is alone used as a verb, so it indicates simple past tense. But if someone's frame a sentence like this, I had taken my dinner, then had is used with the taken, so this does not indicate simple past tense, this becomes past perfect. So condition should be had alone should be used, then it is considered simple past tense. But if had is used with the combination of another verb, then it indicates a past perfect tense. So forget about this one right now. What we are focusing is on this one. So there are four verb forms. We use V2, then we use did plus V1, was and were used alone, and had used alone. These are the four various verb forms you have to remember. So these four verb forms will have will have their own action and verb in the simple past tense. If you recall simple present now, let us compare simple present and simple past. So we'll have a better understanding. Say in simple present, we discussed that we use V1, and V1 plus V1 has S or ES. But here what we have is V2 in simple past. In simple present, in negative and question, we had do and does plus V1. Do, does plus V1. But here we have did plus V1 in simple past. In simple present, we had am, is, are used alone. And is are used alone in simple present, but here was and were used alone in simple past. Here we have had, but if you recall, in simple present, has and have used alone. Here in simple past, had is used alone. So there is little bit combination in simple past and simple present, but through your little bit mind work and your good memorization work, you will be able to solve this. I mean, it's not that much tough. Once you will put everything into practice, and once read it, twice read it, third time read it, then memory will definitely get stored in your mind. But dear friends, this particular tense is very important from the point of view of your question and answer, because most of the question and answer you will be attempting in the exam, and that you'll have to narrate in simple past tense. So if you want to score well in writing section, and even though it is report writing, essay writing, or whatever, any written work comes, then definitely this tense will come in use. So there are four various combinations of the verb forms that you have to remember. Before we move into the exercise, let's have a quick recap. When will I use simple past? When I am describing about the past event, but it should have no impact in the present. Second thing, what I need to remember, there are four verb forms. First is V2, second is did plus V1, third is was were used alone, and fourth is had is used alone. If you remember these four combination, then your half of the work is done. I mean 90% of the work is done. Now let us move forward to the exercises related to the simple past. Okay friends, we are ready with the exercises now, and there are around about 8 sentences which we are supposed to solve here. Uh, some of the sentences may be in affirmative and some may be in negative. So let us see the first one. William dash his grandparents last weekend. Clue is given to us is visit. William dash his grandparents last weekend. Now, obviously, we have to fill in the blanks with the simple past form of the verb. So, in simple past, if it is affirmative, definitely V2 form will come. Second form of the verb. So, we write visit, visited, and visited. Third form is also visited, second form is also visited. So, here, visited. Why I am telling you to do this one, because many a times it happens that you know the answer, but you will go for the extra logic, and while applying extra logic it happens that you tend to make a mistake. Answer may be very straightforward. Since it is about the last weekend, it has no impact in the present. This should be indicated in a simple past tense. Simple past tense, simply the be2 form is used. Now here, second one, she dash an hour ago. Some activity which is completed an hour ago and it has no impact in the present. Now here, arrive. Arrive, then second form of the verb is arrived. She arrived an hour ago. Next one, we dash to his birthday party yesterday. Now, here, many of you, I mean, most of the you may know what is the second form of the verb. Go, went, gone. Many times, what happens that you people are writing directly gone. Gone alone directly, it will nowhere suit in the grammar portion inside in sentence. See, went, sorry, he went to his birthday party yesterday. Now, I dash on holiday last weekend. In the bracket, it is given to be. Now, to be discussions we had in the previous session also. I mean, when we were discussing about continuous tense and simple present tense. What is to be? To be is here you have to go in the terms of am, is, are in the present, and was and were in the past. They are called the forms of to be. Here, since we are talking about the past, I will better be suitable with was, so I will write was. I was on holiday last week. So by this particular word to be, you don't have to get confused. What they are asking is to be they are asking for the proper form of the verb. In the present, am is are, and in the past, they're asking for the was and where, which is suitable according to the subject. Fifth one, she dash fire. Second form of the verb, she saw. She saw fire. Sixth one, I dash lucky last night. Now, lucky here is the name of a person. Lucky is the name of a person. I dash lucky last night. Now, here it is given not plus call. Not plus call, so obviously we understood that it is negative sentence. In negative sentence, what we use? We use did plus V1 formula here. So here I will write did and then I will add not and original form of the verb V1. I did not call lucky last night. Similarly here, C dash the exam. Here in this one, C, it is also negative, so here I will use did, then not, and original form of the verb pass. She did not pass the exam. And the eighth one, similar to the previous also, not plus five, V dash is home. V dash is home, so here obviously I will write did not, we did not, and original form of the verb find. We did not find is home. So if you go step by step and understand each and everything and focus on this one, these exercises are not going to be that much difficult. Uh, you might be wondering now, because you are a student of 11th and 12th standard and still you have to go with this one. Why I'm putting more focus on this one is, many times it happens that whatever we learn in the past, it is often forgotten. And gradually, it makes a big mistake of mountain. I mean, when you have to solve exercise related to active, passive, direct, indirect speech, if this is not done properly right now, you might be feeling in monotonous, boring, tedious, and various other things may be going through your mind. But if you do these things properly, I mean, all the tenses in your mind gets fixed. There is no error in the tenses. Then I'll tell you that 90% of the grammar will become very, very easy. And I know, sir, some of your expressions that, so, sir, we know this one. Why to give this video? We want some higher level of grammar. Sometimes doing basic thing with a thorough understanding and sticking to the basics can really help us. So these are the things you will feel that, oh, I know this one. What is in this one? There is nothing new in this one. This is monotonous, boring, whatever. But let me tell you, this is the only thing that will be troubling you when you solve for the when you go for the some competitive exam and all, because that is my experiences over last 16 years or so, that people solve difficult examples, but when it comes to solve easy examples, I mean easy exercise often leads us to make a mistake. I'm definitely sure that this is not going to happen with you. You will follow whatever I say. Before we jump into the higher level of grammar, I mean difficulty level increase, you need to breeze out all the difficulties in these basics. Okay, and that's it, my friends, about the simple past tense. I hope the concept, use, and the verb forms and the exercise, everything is well understood by you. In our next sessions, we will cover past continuous in our topic, and that also we will clear out all the doubts related to past perfect. Till then, you revise the grammar content, whatever we have gone through till now. Slowly, we are going to move forward and taking the grammar into the depth. Have a good day, everyone. Bye bye once again. Hello everyone, good morning once again. Once again we are here for our grammar study, and as you know that we are learning about tenses these days. In our previous sessions we have studied about simple past tense. Now today we are going to cover one more topic, that is past continuous tense. Now, before we go into the past continuous tense, let us have a quick recap about whatever we had learned about the past tense in our previous video. In past tense, I mean simple past tense, we talked about the use. When we are supposed to use simple past tense, when any action is completed and it has no impact in the present, then we use that particular sentence in, we write that particular sentence in simple past tense. Another thing that we also talked about the verb forms. There are four verb forms. One is V2 form. Second is did plus V1 in negative and question. Third is was and were used alone. And fourth is had is used alone. These four verb forms you need to remember. So that was a quick revision about simple past tense. Now let us move forward to a new topic, that is past continuous tense. Now always, while using any particular tense, you need to understand when you are supposed to use that particular tense in your sentence. You see, friends, whatever I'm speaking now, right now, the fluency comes because I have a thorough basic understanding about tenses. I don't have to recall into my mind that this is the situation, this is the event, and I have to frame this particular sentence in so and so tense. No. Fluency comes with the basic knowledge of tenses. So if you want to understand, I mean, if you want to develop that fluency in you, then what I will tell you, always remember the use. Once, twice, thrice, slowly, gradually. It will happen that somewhere in your memory store, in your brain, it will get fixed, the situation will get fixed, and then it will happen that the sentences will automatically will flow out of your mouth. Then the fluency will see, you will never have seen that before. Unprecedented fluency will be noticed by you. So I want you to develop that fluency, and that's why we are talking about the use, when we are supposed to use past continuous tense. When we describe an action which was continuous by certain point of time in the past. This tense is used when we describe an action which was continuous by certain point of time in the past. If you are very sure by certain point of time certain actions were continuous or they were in progressing mode in the past, then you can use this particular tense, past continuous. In past, certain actions were continuous. So, were continue in that particular way, you can use past for continuous tense. Once again, read the definition. I mean, use. and then try to assimilate the situations where certain activities were going on in the past and you are talking about that right now. Okay, let me help you to frame certain, recall certain situations. Right now, it may be morning or whatever the time you will be watching video. Recall the situations of yesterday. Yesterday, round about at 8 o'clock in the evening, 8 in the evening, what you were doing? What were you doing at 8 in the evening? Some of you may be watching TV. Some of you may be having dinner. Some of you may be reading. It depends upon the whatever activities you are doing on that particular moment. So here, did you recall the situation? Now at 8 o'clock in the evening, certain actions were continuous. So if you are watching TV, then you can say that yesterday at 8 o'clock I was watching TV. If you were reading, you can frame a sentence like this. Yesterday at 8 o'clock, I was reading. So this is the way you have to use this particular tense. And there are various situations when you can exactly recall the point of time, and at that point of time if the action was continuous, then definitely you have to use that particular sentence in past continuous. So is it clear, my friends? Okay. Now let us talk about the verb forms. Verb form is very easy here. We use was or were plus verb plus ing. Was or were plus verb plus ing. We go with this particular formation in past continuous tense. See friends, there are four verb forms in simple present, four verb forms in simple past. But here we have only one verb form, was, were plus verb plus ing. Suppose the sentence given turns out to be negative. If it is negative sentence, what we are supposed to do? After was and where, we will write not, 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 and then verb plus ing. That is the only variation, I mean change we are supposed to make in this particular sentence. Other than that, rest other is absolutely okay. Me was, were plus verb plus ing. Okay, so let us have a quick reading once again. When we describe an action which was continuous by a certain point of time in the past, we use this particular tense. Verb form, I have to always remember was or were plus verb plus ing. So, are you ready now? Situation is clear, verb form is clear. Now, just like a simple past tense, we don't have that much variation and confusion in this one. Was and were plus verb plus ing, that is the verb formation we have to go in simple, sorry, past continuous tense. So, quickly now we are moving forward to the exercise, because this exercise related to past continuous is also not very difficult. I'll give you a demonstration of how certain exercise could be solved. Meanwhile, you'll also try to do it looking at the sentences on the video. So let us move forward to the exercise. Okay, students, we are ready with the exercises now. We have 8 sentences, and what we have to do, we have to fill in the blanks with past continuous form of the verb in the blanks here. Clue is already given here. Watch, paint, and this type of clues are there. Verb formation is also very simple, and if you had watched this video properly, was where plus verb plus ing, with that formation you have to go. I dashed TV at 8 p.m. yesterday. In my illustrations, I already gave this exam, so by this time it should become very easy. We use was or where according to the subject. Was goes with I. So I was watching. I was watching TV at 8 p.m. yesterday. Second thing now, I dashed at 9 a.m. yesterday. Paint is the clue given to us. So that particular person was painting at 9 a.m. yesterday. So I was painting. Verb plus ing. Then here they danced the whole time they were together. Here clue is not given. Let me write the clue here. Quarrel. Quarrel is the clue. So let us write here. They will go with better where. They were quarreling the whole time they were together. As long as they were together, they were doing nothing but quarreling with each other. As I dashed down the road, I saw monies. Here also clue is not given. Let me write the clue. Walk. Walk is the clue. As I was walking down the road, I saw monies. Right? Let us go for the fifth one. The phone rang while I dashed dinner. Have. Have is given, but it is past continuous tense. So here I will what was the phone rang while I was having dinner. It happened while I dashed there. It happened while I dashed there was and verb plus ing leaving there. I'm quickly writing directly writing this because right now it is already given to us that this is past continuous, and the verb formation is very clear to you also, so you may not be find that much difficulty in this one. When I entered the room, she has piano. She was playing piano, and the situation is already given. So she goes with was. She was playing verb plus ing. She was playing piano. Jatin dash at 3 p.m. What was Jatin doing at that particular time? The situation is given. Jatin was sleeping at 3 p.m. Okay, friends, this way we have shown exercise related to the past continuous tense. I know right now it may be like a cakewalk for you, not that much difficulty. The problem really turns out when no information is given, only the instruction is given that fill in the blanks with the proper form of the verb form, and all the 12 tenses comes together. When all the 12 tenses comes together, at that time you can't directly jump and focus on verb formation. First you have to recall the use when you are supposed to use a particular tense. When that knowledge will get is somewhere in your mind, and it will help you to identify the tense. First identify the tense, and based on that go on with the proper form of the verb. So this way, slowly and gradually, it will help you to be versatile in your writing skill, to be versatile in your speaking skill also. If we have a thorough understanding of all 12 tenses and we can frame sentences according to the situation, that can create an extra impact on the listener or the person with whom we are communicating. So till now we have completed six tenses. Now in the upcoming video, six more are left that we are going to cover. So we are in the halfway. Since we are in the halfway, let us quickly recall the use of each and every tense. Okay, dear friends, when we are supposed to use simple present tense, once again, when we are supposed to use simple present tense, okay, good. Some of you may be having thoughts in your mind. Simple present tense is used to describe daily activity, routine life, or universal truth, likes and dislike, and idioms, proverbs, and all. We describe this type of situation in simple present tense. Present continuous tense. Present continuous tense shows that at the time of speaking, the action is continuous. Then we use present continuous tense. Present perfect. An action is completed recently, but it has its impact in the present. An action is completed recently and it has its impact in the present. Then we can use present perfect tense. Present perfect continuous tense. Present perfect continuous tense is used to describe an action which started in the past. It is not over yet and it is still continuous at the time of speaking. So action started in the past, not over yet, and still continuous. For that we use present perfect continuous tense. So these are the four tenses in past. Now let us discuss about past tense. First is the simple past tense. An action is completed and it has no impact in the present. And past continuous tense we have here just now in this video. Past continuous, certain action was continuous by certain point of time in the past. When we describe an action that is continuous by certain point of time in the past, at that time it was in a progressive mode, we use past continuous tense. Now let us quickly recall the verb forms in all six tenses we have studied till now. In simple present tense, we use V1 or V1 has S or ES. In negative equation, we use do does plus V1. When M is are used alone, it indicates a simple present. When have or has used alone, it indicates simple present. These are the four verb forms you need to remember. Now present continuous. M is are plus verb plus ing. Present perfect. Has, have plus V3. Present perfect continuous. Has or have plus been plus verb plus ing. Now, simple past tense we shall discuss. Simple past tense has four verb forms. One is V2, another is did plus V1, and uh, was and were used alone and had used alone. In past continuous, we have already the verb form here was or were plus verb plus ing. See friends, some of the efforts we put here, it can be a benefit of, greatly beneficial for us. Means right now, whatever I spoke in front of you, it may be like a robotic style, maybe uh, it is you may be feeling that I have sir ne to ratta laga diya hai, so he is asking us for doing the same thing. Not that, something which is going to be with you for a lifetime, that will definitely help you. So English is a global language, friends. And since it is a global language, in the future, everywhere, wherever you will go, you will communicate in English. Since you are going to communicate in English, These all the things are going to be very helpful to you. So it is my humble request that don't underestimate this particular thing, because your spoken skill, fluency, everything depends on tenses. You are not going to speak in indirect speech. You are going to speak with the proper use of tenses. So this is what is going to benefit you throughout your life. Don't underestimate it. So I'm giving you quick work now. Just if you are lacking somewhere in any tense, whichever we have studied up to now, revise it, watch it again, and in the upcoming we will cover upcoming videos. We will cover remaining tenses too. Till then, it's goodbye from me. Have a